Okay, you all. I think I'm live. Let me know if I'm live streaming. It's been a while since I've been in front of my laptop. A couple of days. I took a mini vacation. So as you all come in, let me know if everything is still intact. If you can see me well, if you can hear me well. Um, just say hello, right? I tried to live stream from my phone while I was on vacation, and make sure you hit the thumbs up, right? Come in, hit the thumbs up, share this knowledge and information to others by selecting the thumbs up option. Hello, Sharon. Hello to you. Thank you, Todd. And I actually will get right into this live stream after I finish my shout outs to those who do come in within the first 2 or 3 minutes. Thank you, Todd, for letting me know that I'm fine, that I'm okay. If you come in the first 2 or 3 minutes and say hello, because I have a lot of work to do. I'm actually not only unpacking and getting some things in order in my home, but actually came in right from vacation and have to start working on credit. Right, some credit is resurrecting people needing credit services again. Another thing you all might have not known that I went on or I attended the 2021 Bitcoin conference in Miami. That was Friday and Saturday in Miami, Florida. That was a great event. So if you heard anything about it or saw in the news about it, it was definitely a big event. We have I may mispronounce your name, Deanon from Illinois. Thanks for checking in. Hello, Queen. Hello to you. Ty, I think you're saying nice. And one some of the things I got, some shirts that was really nice was Miami Bitcoin, Miami tax bit. So I spoke to some of the people over tax bit concerning taxes and cryptocurrency and how that taxation will work with cryptocurrency. So just know if you are, for example, exchanging your cryptocurrency for another one, like let's say that you sold, for example, some of your Bitcoin for some Ethereum, that transaction will be taxed, right? Or you cashed out on some of your, let's say, Doge coins, right? You got $2,000 of up on Doge when it hit a certain price and you cashed out. That will be taxed. Those are capital gains. Again, converting one cryptocurrency to another one will be taxed. And just know that the IR to the S, the IRS, is investing millions right now. I just read an article on that into the taxation of cryptocurrency. So this is why I advise people to have your system in place, specifically the home-based business system that I'm affiliated with, to have this system in place so that your taxation on your capital gains, especially if you earn thousands, you're paying less in taxes. People do not want to invest in systems, right? They just want a quick flip of money. And just know that your indecisiveness or not taking action or not seeing the importance of having tax shelter is going to cost you thousands down the road. So if you want to know anything about taxation, tax shelters through the home-based business that I am affiliated with, then go to my website, fixmycreditandcash.com. Fixmycreditandcash.com. Let me try to find it. Link. And also, again, you all hit the thumbs up, or let me try to find that website so that you can have your tax shelters in place. So again, this is was TaxBit. I got a lot of information from the professionals there. Also, some new shirts are in. New shirts are in. When I got back, finally, I want to see how this would physically look. So this is the Millionaires Are Us t-shirts. I love V-neck. So the V-neck T-shirt. I also decided to get a round neck, just to see how this would fit. And again, I'm fresh from Florida, so I haven't really had the opportunity to wear or try these on yet. This is just my Crypto Chris T-shirt, and you can go to my Spotify link on the bottom of this video or my Spotify page. This is the Crypto Chris. They also had at the Bitcoin conference, right, a youth crypto exhibition where they gave free haircuts to young men, to teach the youth about cryptocurrency, right? So that's it for that. Also visit my Shopify store, right? And that information should be downloaded into this video. So let's get into the topic. Where do I want to start first as I give some more hellos? Hello, love, Grace. Hello to you as well. Again, you all hit that thumbs up. Hello, Gwen. Gwen is checking in from Texas. Hello, Gwen. I went through Austin, Texas, Gwen, and met a rich and wealthy business owner. And he really sat down and had a great conversation with me about how he attained his riches. This was in Austin. Some of the formulas and some of the steps that he had been through to obtain his millionaire or multi-millionaire status. So that was a very, very enlightening conversation at no cost. The only thing it cost me was my attention and my intellect. The only thing that it cost me was my attention and my intellect. I made that post on Facebook, and someone on my Facebook asked me, well, can you give us some of that free game that you was given by that millionaire? And I told him, I responded to him, I said, no, I won't. I may upload a video on my Patreon channel. As Gwen is coming in right on point, she's giving 1111. Thank you so much, Queen Gwen, for the super chat. And I told him, I said, well, I may upload a video to my Patreon channel. However, I'm not going to post everything that was provided to me. And the person got offended, I think, because they said, well, it was freely given to you. Why can't you freely give it to others or give it to me? Well, see, the only thing that person saw was I complimented this man on his Rolex watch. And I asked the man, what was his career field, right? What do you do for a living? And he opened up a conversation with me. But the part that I didn't have the time to post or enough space to post was that after I commented him on his watch and asked him what he did for a living, the conversation would have been pretty much dry, right? It would have been pretty much dry. And then I told him where I traveled from, Miami, and attending the Bitcoin conference. And I gave him some insight on cryptocurrency. So opening up that insight about cryptocurrency, because he admitted that it is not something that he understand or understood or invested in, and that his financial advisor, I always advise him, do not invest what he does not understand. And after I gave him some free game, he gave me some in-depth knowledge of free game. See, that's what people don't understand, right? Even biblically, the Bible says, don't pour new wine into old wineskins, right? And this person became upset because they just wanted free. They just wanted free. And I put on there that I made a secondary post on Facebook that you don't have millionaire conversations with people that have, or you don't have wealth conversations, right, with people that have a welfare mindset. You just don't do that. You do not have wealth conversations with people that have a welfare mindset, right? You don't have millionaire conversations with people that have a middle class mindset. It's a waste of your time. So evidently, this multimillionaire saw something valuable in me that he wanted to pour into. And again, that conversation between he and I was a private conversation. It was not a public conversation. So I'm pretty sure if you put this multimillionaire on a stage and you ask him to share that information publicly, like this person on my Facebook wanted me to do, versus privately, right? A fee would have been assessed with that, right? You don't share, let me make this adjustment. Public information all the time, private. Or you don't share private conversation. Let me reverse that. All the time, publicly. And that's what people have to understand, right? Jesus was the best teacher of that. And one time when I tried to do that on my YouTube channel, and I broke down Ether, and I was breaking down Ethereum, and I was breaking down numerology, and I felt like the next day I got a lot of issues with my YouTube channel because I shared private information to public people. And I've so since then deleted that video because even Jesus said you don't give what's holy to the dogs. You don't share everything. So just because he saw value in me to share that conversation with me privately and for free doesn't mean I saw the same value in the person that wanted that information for free. Right? So everything is not for the public. Everything discussed in private is not for the public. My biggest lesson. So that's one of the things that multimillionaire told me or taught me in conversing with him. It costs you your time to be where you were. Exactly. See, the guy didn't look at that just the Bitcoin Miami conference ticket alone was $1,400 general admission. It was $1,400 and some change. So had I not had the mindset to spend that $1,400, or it was close to $1,500, I think it was like $1,496. Had I not had the mindset to spend $1,496 to attend a Bitcoin conference in Miami, I never would have strategically even been positioned to meet that multimillionaire. See, that's the whole part that miss. Had I not decided that this was a conference that I thought was worth investing in, to invest in myself at almost $1,500 just for the general admission, if you wanted to be a whale, which means you got to see the panel, maybe more behind the scenes information with the conference, that was a $10,000 investment. So that's not including my ticket, my hotel reservations, my recreation activity, my food, my eatery. So he's just looking at, she just so happened to sit by a multimillionaire who took time to give her free advice. No, it was what I did up to then that positioned me to be there at the time that he was there, at the same place in the same time. So that's I can get into teaching, right? You have to bring something to the table for multimillionaires to even speak with you. And you have to learn the etiquette of those conversations. I'm not even going to get into see. You have to learn the etiquette of conversations when you are in the environment of people that know more than you know, that have more than you have physically, financially, spiritually, and emotionally. You have to know the etiquette of conversations. You have to learn how to listen more than you talk. And you have to understand what questions to ask and which ones not to ask. Not every question gives you access to the information that you need. And then even when you get the information, you have to know how to dissect that information, because not all information is given straight cut. It's not just cut and dry information. You have to reflect and dissect what that person just instilled and told you, right? So people with a poor mindset, I'm not this topic. You must, Eric. I don't know if you didn't read the caption. I have nothing about Safe Moon, but however, my opinion on it is I don't like Safe Moon. I'm not invested in Safe Moon, and I don't think I ever will, right? And I would definitely not hodl Safe Moon. People with poor mindset never see it that way, Queen. That is so true. That is so true. So people never give super chats, never get. But and then another testimony. I called my tax professional today, and he told me, said, I just want to tell you something. A lady that I work with told me that she follows you, right? Excuse me, my hair is just annoying me a little bit. She told me that she follows you and that she's never met you or she's never been told you this, but she have made thousands of dollars off of your information, right? She's made thousands of dollars based off your information. Now, I got some people that come on my live streams and they already know what they've done their own research for themselves. They're not asking questions about what cryptocurrency. They're not seeking direction. However, even if they've done their own research, I'm adding additional research to them, right? That's helping them to make sure that they are making the right decisions, right, in their cryptocurrencies. And again, that's many of YouTubers that do live streams. I'm not any different. You got Big Boy Crypto. You got Cryptos or Us that comes in and give information that people glean off of or they get, and they don't ever give a super chat. They don't ever, do anything. They don't become a Patreon. But, a lot of those live streams are getting to the point where they're only having members only. If you're not a Patreon member, you can't comment. And that's where I'm taking my channel, right? Because I don't want the comments or the questions for people that are non-supporters or haven't even become a Patreon. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna stop looking at your name. I'm not even gonna say hello. If you don't get in for the 5 minutes of fame is up, I'm not gonna recognize you because you're not really supporting the channel. You're supporting yourself by watching the views, and that's fine. I have no problem with that, right? At least you are taking out the time to listen and learn. Most people won't do that, but I do watch and I will model what the bigger channels are doing. Even with Meet Kevin, right? They only have members only chat during the live stream. And the reason why they're doing it is because if you're not a member, if you're not supporting information and knowledge, then you don't have a right really to have your comment recognized, right? So again, know what systems in place. Know what systems in place you should have in place, because even if you're liquidating your cryptocurrency or you're converting one cryptocurrency into another, whether it be Bitcoin, converted, selling some Bitcoin gains to then purchase Ethereum, if you are doing that, you need to know the tax law. So that's one of the great things that I was able to sit and learn tax bit. Some things more about the tax laws that I want to learn, and I did get an opportunity to learn. So I'm going to start with AGI, Cardano. I'm going to start with Cardano and Singularity next, AGI information. So for those people who are not a Patreon, you're never giving a super chat. Do one thing. This is free. I know you should love free, right? That you should love free. Just hit the thumbs up, right? Just hit the thumbs up, right? Just hit the thumbs up. See comments like this, I'll just highlight, but I'm going to ignore. I'll let you know that I saw it, but I will not answer it, right? If it's not asked in the correct way. So let's talk about Singularity Net and Cardano first, and then I'm going to get into other topics. Why AGI and ADA will be huge. I will start there first. We're at the 18-minute mark. So I'm listening to this video and I hear some things that I thought would be eye-opening, so you all can really understand where this economy is going and why cryptocurrency will replace cash. It's a lot of people who only invest in crypto to get this back in return. And I'm going to show you why it's bigger than getting cash back. It's bigger than that. So let's listen to this and let's break this down. Let me know if you all can hear me, if you can hear the video well.
I have been hearing a lot about the partnership between Singularity Net and Cardano. I can hardly wait until Singularity Net ports onto the Cardano blockchain. I hear that Cardano will support the ability of my brain to operate at the highest level and to process biodata at the highest speeds. High speed and reasonable cost of operation are going to be essential to serve the medical arena and my human friends.
Okay, let's take her for a test drive here. Who am I?
You're Charles.
She knows who I am.
Do you know who was the human Cardano?
I understand that Cardano was the first mathematician to systematically use negative numbers. What are the implications of this?
Well, you exist. That's one part.
Grace, do you have any questions for Charles?
May I ask you a personal question? Ben tells me you have a pet giraffe. How did you choose such a pet?
Okay, Gwen says sounds good. Thank you, Gwen. Now, first of all, this robot will be a healthcare assistant and has the intellectual, right? Sophia's cousin, so yeah, cousin robot, and has the intellectual or the AI intelligence to know who these two men are and then to ask questions about his personal life. She asked, she heard that she has a pet giraffe, but that's not the. But I'm gonna continue to play it because I'm gonna share with you some ground breaking things that I brought out of this video. So make sure that all the free people that like to comment and don't support the channel, just support the channel at least by giving the thumbs up, please.
Pet? Is that working out well for you?
Well, Grace, it was a gift. The president of South Africa gave it to me, and it's working out just fine. Unfortunately, the giraffe is a bit of a playboy and has many giraffe children, and he's a deadbeat dad.
Do you like giraffes, Grace?
Yes.
Grace, tell us something you don't like.
Technology.
Technology.
You don't like technology. Well, this is going to be a severe psychological problem for you, Grace. I think you need to give yourself some talk therapy.
There's some self-loathing right there.
But self-loathing is one of the key elements of human-like intelligence. So I think she's well on the way. Yeah.
You've trained her to be neurotic. Damn it, Ben. Can't we? This is why we can't have nice things.
Grace, technology can be a powerful force for good.
Oh, this is just delightful.
When can I be human, Ben?
You can't be human, not yet. We're not going to let you, not until 2022.
Okay, that's the part. Yes, robots are smarter than humans, right? I do agree with you on that one. That's the part I wanted you all to really cue in and hear. She says, when can I be human? And he says, you cannot be human until 2022. Now, they asked when they become a robot. I'm gonna allow you to hear the date or the year that she provides to them.
When will I be a robot?
Why 2050?
Did you all hear that? They asked when will they be a robot? She says, why 2050? And then she asks, when will I be human? And they tell her next year, 2022. That's why people that saying that it may take a decade for cryptocurrency to be, incorporated into this economic system. I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that the US dollar will crash by the end of 2021. Again, the key word here is think or believe, my opinion, whichever way you want to say it. And that 2022, we're going to see real use cases, right? Real use cases. So let's go back. Let's go back.
You can't be human, not yet. We're not going to let you, not until 2022.
When will I be a robot?
Why 2050?
All right. I can.
So they responded to her that she will not be human until 2022. And they asked when they become a robot. And she said, why 250, which is however many years from now. Now, I'm reading this 116 Congress Banking for All Act on today, right? I agree with that. The UK will have police robots by 2030. The Terminator movie approaching. Most people don't understand movies like The Terminator, Back to the Future, The Matrix are the reality. They are the reality. We are living in, a lot of people think we are living in the future. We are living in the past, bringing the future to the present. Let me say that again. We are living in the past, bringing the future into present. And if you study the ancient Egyptians, they predicted this way before Back to the Future, The Matrix, Terminator. But a lot of these movies, especially the Will Smith movies, right? Especially the Will Smith movies, they tell you it's hidden in plain sight where this economy is headed, where the future is headed, and the agenda behind it all. Let me tell you this about the Bitcoin conference. There were 10,000 plus people in one room, right? In one room. I don't know if they had taken the vaccine or not. All I know is Ray Dalio was the first speaker. If you are not familiar with Ray Dalio, you need to Google him. He speaks on the Fed and the economy, the position of gold and silver and sound money, right? He's an advocate, a strong advocate for that. And his first speech, was that this was planned because it has to be an economic reset. So 10,000 people with no mask, all in one mindset, understanding the provisions that are set in place for this economy and why was just a beautiful thing. No social distancing. The chairs was actually connected together where you could not, even if you want to social distance. And the chairs was like small in space. Because you got 10,000 people that they're trying to get into one main arena to hear the main stage speakers. No mask, no social distancing, all one mindset and agreements of why these cyber attacks and these health pandemic has arisen. It was a great thing. It was a lot of wealth in the room, but the most thing that was great about that environment was the mindset of having people on one in unison and one accord, and you're not trying to, convince anyone or prove to anyone. In other words, people were woke, right? They were awakened. So I didn't ask anyone had they been vaccinated, right? I don't think any of us cared, and we were not in fear of having a virus or anything either, right? So I'm reading over the Banking for All Act, right? The Banking for All Act, 116th, the double 11 stood out to me as well. And in this act, S 3571, it is a requirement, and it was March 23rd, 2020. It was introduced to Senate March 23rd, 2020. So it requires member banks to pass through digital dollar wallets for certain persons and for other purposes. To require member banks to pass through the digital dollars, or the term means the dollar balances consisting of digital ledger entries recorded as liabilities in the accounts of any Federal Reserve banks. Let me say this again. The dollar balancing consisting of digital ledger entries recorded as liabilities in the accounts of any Federal Reserve banks. The term digital dollar wallet means a digital wallet or account by a Federal Reserve Bank on the behalf of any person for the purpose of holding digital balances. The term member bank means any national bank, state bank, or bank of trust company which has become a member of the Federal Reserve, creating the Federal Reserves Act. So the pass-through digital wallet is entitled to a person uh, from the Federal Reserve to pool a reserve balance together. They've made this mandate to pass through digital wallets. So the purpose of this mandate is for persons who's eligible to receive payments from the United States pursuit or that's eligible for federal law relating to the C disease of 2019, right? The C disease of 2019, who alleged to deposit funds into this pass-through digital wallets. So each bank must establish and maintain a certain legal entity for the purpose of holding our assets. And some of the things about this, about the pros of this, was that people have no overdraft coverage, right? Provided digital wallet, it does not provide overdraft coverage. However, it provides automatic bill pay, online account access, mobile banking. All of these are already here now. Customer service, other services, and they should be branded in all account statements, marketing materials, other communications. So people have digital wallets for a while. This is not anything new. But the reason why I'm sharing this with you all, so you all can see in black and white that this, for the people who don't stay up on the economy, who don't read, who don't educate themselves, these things have been into, I guess, play a long time ago, right? Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve Chairman, said that jobs will replace people, and robots and technology will replace people in their jobs, and some of these jobs are not returning to this economy. Now, if you really ask me, from visiting Miami and Florida, do I think that our economy is really that bad? I'm going to be honest with you. My answer would be no. Right? There were no seats on the airplane available. The airports were jam packed. Right? They were jam packed, and this wasn't even Memorial Day weekend. There were people shopping. Right? It's something in the airplane, you have to wear a mask. It's mandatory. But when you get in the airport, because they're selling food and drinks and alcohol and things like that, it is not mandatory. Right? So in the airport, if you have an overlay, you don't have to wear a mask. You can go eat and shop, but it's mandated on the airplane. And even on the airplane, when you eat your snacks or your drinks, right, you're able to take off your mask and do that. So with that being said, how people would definitely have numbers going up, because there's plenty of opportunities when traveling, whether it's by plane or by land, that you are maskless. And so now you have inflation, right? The average monthly cost for groceries in March alone increased by 3.3%. 3.3%. Gas prices are going higher. You can expect this for the rest of the year. And then this week, you have states that are ending the federal unemployment that's in this week. One state I saw, let me pull up this article in particular. that's ending the federal unemployment benefits in Mississippi, and look how much it will cost to end it. But yet, Mississippi is electing to go ahead and pay. 70,000 Mississippians will lose federal unemployment after June 12th, right? So the $300 for Mississippians ending June 12th, but it is costing the state of Mississippi, they believe, more money to do that. But yet, not only Mississippi, 24 additional or other states are doing this as well. It's saying that it will cost Mississippi $323 million to make this move, but yet they're making it at the end of this week. So ending federal employment benefits early will cost Mississippi over $323 million. $323 million. And it will end this week or June 12th, right? So the last check will come in this week. And the state is fine with that, right? We're fine with that. Even Bible says, if you don't work, you don't eat. However, I do have a different perspective about that because many people are just not earning enough money on their jobs, right? If you can earn more money to stay at home versus go to work, I don't think that's a dumb decision. I don't think that's a dumb decision at all. Yes, and it's going to food prices and grocery prices will remain that way for the rest of the year. The dollar is losing more its value by the day. And this is so true. Listen, when I was at the Bitcoin conference, this is something that they had freely just throwing up in the air. And it's Venezuela dollars. Venezuela dollars, right? Front and back. So I took some just for teaching purposes. Some people had some. They were printing Venezuela dollars as high as $1,000, and now this currency is not worth anything. Venezuela paper's currency is not worth anything, right? And in comparison that to the U.S. dollar, I'm going to be honest with you, their paper is much more thicker. The authenticity protocols that they put in place to be able to identify if this is not a counterfeit is better. The artwork that is put into it is much heavier and thicker than even what our paper currency is. The time and attention to details, the serial numbers, the signatures, Venezuela dollars worth zero. And I do think that the paper and the quality of design of what they printed on is better than the United States. And for some people, they think because it's the United States, it won't happen to us. It's already happening, right? The dollar, thank you, Beverly Hart. Thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. Thank you for it. Because you all really may not be aware, but it does take a lot of my time to research these topics. Even though you may look at the videos and you think that it's not, coordinated, but I do have to look at what I want to talk about, the subject area, and I like to bring up the articles to support that. So you don't think I'm just, freelancing with my opinion. I like to have my opinion supported by facts, right? And so thank you so much. That does take our time to do that for supporting the channel, the knowledge with the $5 super chat and the information, right? And so 2021, my opinion, I definitely think the dollar will continue to depreciate more, right? It's not worthless, right? But it's just worth less. And I'm going to Square also made a investment today in Bitcoin to go with solar panels for clean energy. And you have Berkshire Hathaway invest $500 million and Brazilian digital banks, digital currency, right? And so if you don't think digital dollars and cryptocurrency is the future and more use cases will occur by 2022, then I think you're definitely going to be left behind, right? I think you're definitely going to be left behind. And a lot of people is just banking on Bitcoin. Listen, if Bitcoin does go to 20K, right? There are some people says, or experts or analysts saying that they believe Bitcoin will maybe go to 20K. That's fine with me. I'm just going to buy or invest more, right? You don't have to have $20,000, for example, if it hits 20K, however much you want to, because I understand the power of Bitcoin and where it will have in this new economy. So you have Tim Wu, the father of net neutrality, reportedly owns over $1 million in Bitcoin. Now, Tim Wu is a one-time Bitcoin critic. Listen at that. And the current technology policy advisor at the White House. Let me say it again. Tim Wu, a one-time Bitcoin critic and a current technology policy advisor at the White House, owns between 29 and 146 Bitcoin. Now, some people at the Bitcoin conference asked me, my opinion about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies. And this was my answer, right? Bitcoin is going to be the most powerful cryptocurrency. It may not get you back the most percentage wise. Meaning right now, Ethereum percentage wise has already outperformed Bitcoin. There are a lot of cryptocurrencies percentage wise that have already outperformed Bitcoin percentage wise. But I think what a lot of people are missing it, that they're looking at, okay, how much of this guy can get back from crypto? Like it's a flip. They don't understand that they are at the foundational stages of a crypto system, technology system that will be permanently introduced globally and eventually replacing cash. They don't get that. It may take 5 years to see the full implementation, but they don't get that cryptocurrency is eventually going to replace this. And it's going to be the currency technology system globally that rules the world. So this is how Bitcoin gives you more power than any other crypto. That's why it doesn't bother me when people want to know, oh, tell me about SafeMoon. Tell me about XRP. ADA is going to do well. AGI is going to do ADA, AGI. All of these cryptocurrencies is going to be a part of the new the new revolution, financial revolution, right? And the transition to technology and artificial intelligence, AI. But Bitcoin is going to be the only one that's going to be accepted on a global level that will allow you freedom and that will give you access to travel anywhere that you want to travel in this world. And don't think that the United States can never get to a point where we don't, because we're going to experience a Great Depression and the media is not talking to you about it. It is coming. This is, for some people, it's going to be the greatest financial transfer of wealth. And for others, it's going to be the greatest financial transfer of poverty. And for those that own any type of Bitcoin, you're going to be in the power play of having freedom to relocate, to travel, to have something that's accepted globally. Now, will Ethereum be big with XRP? Yes, but I'm just going to be honest with you. Will Dogecoin bring you back percentage wise? Yes, Dogecoin will. I still believe it will. Elon Musk will make Doge what it is. I did a short live stream about the merger of Ethereum and Doge for the blockchain technology, right? But this is the thing. None of them, not even XRP, would be more powerful than Bitcoin. As far as it giving you freedom, none of it. XRP, whether it gets $100, that's fine. But will you have to convert your cryptocurrency when it's time to actually spend it and use it and utilize it? What is it that you will want to convert it to in case you might want to get away from your current state or situation, give your family to a more place or relocate where there's freedom? Or maybe you want privacy because maybe you will become a millionaire or billionaire. And if you don't own any Bitcoin, you may not be able to make that relocation because no one is going to tell you to pay them in XRP. Let's be honest, XRP is going to be the blockchain technology that central banks digital currency use to transfer stable coins globally throughout the country. But no one is going to tell you to pay them in XRP. The coin payment of choice will be Bitcoin. And then, or if you can now convert whatever your liquidations are into a stable currency. And it's like he or she who holds Bitcoin holds the power. Selena says, I wish I came across your channel last year. You're such a beautiful soul. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. And thank you so much for the 1111 super chat. Thank you so much. 1111 just means you are in alignment, right? 1111 for the people that's watching, it means you are in alignment with the message. And when you are in alignment with someone and when you are in agreement with them, whatever grace and favor that they have on your life because you give into it, whatever grace and favor that they have on their life because you become into alignment and agreement with them, it automatically comes on your life without you having to toil or work for it or labor for it. That's the power of giving into agreement and alignment. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's why most people that don't give are not blessed, right? Whether that's giving your time, your attention, your money that you labor for, right? So thank you for being in agreement and alignment. Yes, I do agree with you. The government is messing with the crypto, right? Because they know the dollar is headed for a disaster. And so they want to, as other constitutional investors come in and get more of Bitcoin. Let me pull this up. This is a breaking article I will share with you all. The IRS need congressional authority to handle crypto. Will this come? I don't know. This is just an article released an hour ago. Most crypto virtual currencies are designed to stay off the radar screen. The IRS, International Revenue Service, it's called out lawmakers for not making or taking the initiative on addressing problem of U.S. resident not paying taxes on crypto. Right? I talked to you all about taxations on crypto. So the IRS has listed $32 million in the budget for crypto-related enforcement operations, as well as look how much money they're putting into this, as well as $41 million related to cybercrime. Yeah, and its attempts to address the issue of non-reporting under-reporting taxpayers. The biggest way to get your wealth stolen in cryptocurrency is not have your tax plan in place. It's not having your tax shelter. I've seen so many people. Oh, Queen, I made thousands off your advice. And they won't invest $249 to join the home-based business to get 475 tax deductions. That's not a millionaire's mindset. That's not even a thousandaire's mindset. That's a middle class mindset. And as soon as you do become a thousandaire, it's going to be taken away and you're going to become back middle class again because you don't have tax shelters. If you don't, I'm going to share this other article as we look at the market. Other millionaires, billionaires, their thoughts about Bitcoin is I should have gotten more. So let's look at this article. The IRS seeks millions in funding. This is how you take wealth from people with middle class mentality. They don't want to get tax shelters. They don't want systems. They just want instant gratification, a quick flip without getting the knowledge and the system they need to protect the money that they get. The IRS is seeking millions in fresh funding to expand crypto tax enforcement and hire outside experts. Right? This is what they're doing with special focus on cryptocurrencies and cybercrime. While you're worried or concerned about making thousands from those, I get it. I do. Or if SafeMoon going to get you 6K, it might. How much is the government going to take? That's the question. That's the bigger question, and that's the bigger picture. See, this is how people not only get more money but keep it. And I really didn't even mean to get on the taxes part of this, but people have to be educated. Stuff you're not learning from the bigger channels, right? Bezos, Buffett, Bloomberg, Musk pay tiny fraction of wealth and income taxes, report reveals. Some of the richest men in the world pay just a tiny fraction of their increasing wealth in taxes. You all thought it was just Trump, didn't you? No, it's not. The 25 richest Americans saw their worth rise a collection of $401 billion from 2014 to 2018. And you're happy about the quick thousands that you're flipping. And so they're already giving out child tax credits early. So that's thousands of dollars that most Americans won't see, especially that's the lower middle class that usually get. They have $8,000, $10,000, $11,000 tax return that they will not have next year, right? Don't want to learn the game. Don't want to learn the game. Don't want to learn the game. Let me show you all this picture that I took at the Bitcoin conference. All right, let me share this with you. And then I'm going to close talking about the 1921 Tesla, Black Wall Street. 1921 to 2021 is 100 years. 1971, the year that the dollar became debt, to 2021, right, is 50 years, right? People 21 and Tesla, the Black Wall Street, had exactly 21 restaurants and 21 churches. And it was totally destroyed in 1921. So if you do not think that these numbers or these exact rounded years of 50 years and 100 years means anything about the destruction of the dollar, right? Numbers in this, in years and numbers and numerology, it means everything. It means everything. Everything is set up on number systems and timing. That where it has to happen, not whenever they want it to happen, but according to the times and the dates and the years and the system, this has to happen by 2021. This is a picture that I took at the conference. And it has 6 white gentleman at a table, Monopoly table. It has the world globe, right? That stands for global at the centerpiece. You have gold bars and gold coins. And then you have our ancient Egyptians pyramid right beside the globe. And then you have the first man in this chair with a game stick in his hand, right? A joystick. And then on the side of the gold coins, it has cash, stacks of cash. Then it has a red glass cup of red liquid. I thought that looked like vaccine to me, or blood, right? Or something that is stored in the blood. And so now you have the joystick and you have the Monopoly board and everything is in gold. And they're playing the games. And if you look at the bottom of this table, which most of them look like African Americans or fairly dark color, you have the backs of men that's broken and supporting this and holding this. Then up top you have the pyramid with the all-seeing eye, which is what the US dollar was, or what it did represent, where it was world reserve, right? Which it will be no longer. And then you have the destruction of the background, which looks like the oil industries. You have the birds flying. I'm not sure if those are buzzards or what type of birds, definitely like the oil industries crashing in the background, changing to nuclear, hydropower and solar power as well. And as long as you continue to use your labor like these men that's holding the table are doing, right? The people that's playing the game of Monopoly and understand what the true assets are, and that understand the rich does not pay taxes, will never go broke. I listened to Dr. Boyce Watkins and Dr. Claude Anderson interview today about Black reparations. And Dr. Claude Anderson was very upset, disappointed, right? I guess in the Black community and the belief that Blacks think that, their votes is going to change it versus their mindset, whether we get Democratic and or Republican. For example, why would the Democratic Party change the tax laws, right, when they are multimillionaires themselves? Why would they cut out their own hand? You do understand that Democrats are not middle class, right? You do understand Joe Biden is not middle class. So why would he change the tax laws when he's the rich and wealthy? Right? So I'm listening to this and they're talking about Black reparations, and will it be done on a worldwide scale? I don't think so. Reparations are happening now for people that can prove they are descendants of people that were abused during this time, right? And you need that picture. You should have attended the Bitcoin conference. That's where I added the tickets were $1,496. But I did take also, what opened my eyes was to actually see digital NFT artwork live. I did some videos. I will show you all that video. So a Black nonprofit got a 6-figure payment from someone whose family enslaved people. Reparations are happening. This was in Louisville, Kentucky. But the thing is, it's happening when the dollar is being demised. And so if more Blacks that are getting these reparations in form of cash or dollars, if they don't convert it into assets, it won't mean very much for much longer. Black residents get reparations in Illinois, right? Have to prove that you are descendants. So there are reparations happening. I told you all that reparations will happen. And you just have to, but this is the thing, the NASARA Act was informing people that people will get gold payment. That would not happen. The government is not giving this gold. It's not giving up the gold. I don't believe it will happen. However, you do have to prove for these reparations that you are a descendant that has been affected. They're just not going to give you free money, right? They give you free money, it's going to be in the form of $300 Fed unemployment or these small stimulus or $250 child tax credit per child, once a month. But reparations are happening. A seminary built on slavery and Jim Crow labor laws has begun paying reparations. The Virginia Theological Seminary School, look, they're giving cash. Why do you think they're giving it away? Giving cash to descendants of Black Americans who was forced to work there. This program is the first of its kind. They don't care about giving you cash, especially if you don't have the knowledge of how to convert it into assets or to protect yourself in form of taxes. Asheville reparations funding could almost double with $2.1 million in advance of Juneteenth. This is another article on today. So reparations are happening. This was a portion of this property that included land in the city purchased in the 1970s. That was a part of the urban renewal and the East End Valley Street historical blind removal program. Urban renewal is now widely recognized as having torn down Black communities. I don't think they're going to do it on a nationwide, a national level, but it is happening, right? And for those descendants that can prove that they were descendants and they were affected. So last thing, I want to show you all this video on the digital art, and then I'm signing off. The Tulsa, the Black Wall Street, 1921, I've already mentioned that, but I do think that the Black Wall, not the Black Wall Street, but the Wall Street of 2021 will be disaster as well. And this is just a small clip. It's really nice to know that this stuff. It is. Yeah. So that was cool for me to see in live what some NFTs actually look like and what digital arts really look like. As you can see, maybe there was not many minorities there. So the very few, especially people of the Black and brown community, so the very few people that were there that represented the Black and brown community, I must say, we did speak to each other, we congregated, exchanged numbers in some cases. I met a Nigerian man that was in attendance, and we collaborated together. So that was a great, great feeling because it was not many people of the Black and brown community there at all, right? Not many people of the Black and brown community there. Yes, just creating, you're right, just creating more bureaucracy. I agree with that. Well, it's not reparations. Well, if you can take that cash, right? You said Section 8 in Illinois. If you can take that cash and convert it to assets, it can be reparations, right? It can be reparations. So last thing, I talked about Tulsa. A lot of y'all need to see this from the New York Times. They did a 3D illustration. For some of the myths out here that people of the Black and brown community don't collaborate and join together, you should study this. This affected over hundreds of thousands of people that did just that in the Black and brown community. So they have this 3D illustration The 1921 killed hundreds of residents. It burned more than 1,250 homes, and it raised years of Black success. Right? I mean, I thought this was really cool to see this in a 3D version. What did it destroy? A community of great possibilities and prosperities built by Black for Blacks. I don't want to hear the argument again that Blacks don't support each other. We did at one time, right? But it's systematically done to make sure that we never get into that unity again. And that's another thing of the 11-11, right? Being unified with someone and supporting the knowledge and the information, right? Again, I'm just not just for Black. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had conversations with people there, and they was like, "Well, I'm trying to teach the Black community." Look, that's not my mission. I'm not trying. Whoever will listen will listen. Whatever your race, Asian, Hispanic, I'm not just trying to get the Black community to understand, because that's on them. That's their decision. They want to accept cryptocurrency as the foundational future change and be on the foundation station of wealth. They can. If they don't, they don't. Right? That's not my marketing plan, and I'm not going to waste my energy, time. But for the ones that get it, for the people that show appreciation, the ones that don't, that's fine with me as well. So more than 70 businesses, right? And look at these businesses. Wow, this was so cool. It shows Thomas Gentry, real estate, J.M. Key, physician, Wesley Jones, physicians. Imagine if the youth were taught this in school. If they knew whose they were, where they were, and even about the ancient Egyptians, even about this in 1921. Do you really think they'll go out there and kill each other? Don't you think that their pride and their self-imagery about themselves will change? Right? But this is not taught mostly in schools anymore. And guess what? The parents are not teaching it either, because the parents are not taking time to learn. The excuse of, well, we're not learning in school has to stop being an excuse. Yes, they don't teach you credit and cash in school, but it's free on platforms like this at YouTube. On YouTube, on Facebook. 4 hotels, 2 newspapers, 8 doctors, 7 barbers, 9 restaurants. Actually, it was 21 restaurants. Half a dozen professionals, cigar shop. And it just takes you 3D how this look. You could shop for groceries, play pool, take in the theater show, eat dinner, get your hairstyle, whatever you want to do. Liberty Plumbing Shop, the Bell Barber Shop, and Bill. So, yeah, we've tried to unify. They destroyed it. The Waffle House. Tulsa Waffle House. So this was great. I shared that link if you all want to go back and look at it. This is a family welfare made it more convenient for Black men to be out of the homes for Black families. Lula and John Williams, Entrepreneur Spirit. Right? This is them. This is just a great. So I want to share that with you all. So you can see it in real life, and maybe it'll be real to you in 3D. These several women, entrepreneurs in the same building, Mary E. Jones Parrish, a teacher who operated a typing school, that's her to the left, and Mabel Little ran a Little Rose beauty salon. Men and women, no discrimination, entrepreneurs, 6-course meals, upscale cafe. So, it's just some knowledge that you all can pass on if you are a person of Black and brown community to your children or your grandchildren or your nieces or your nephews. So thank you so much. Oh, thank you. So I'm signing out, you all. Again, I have some things to do here, right? But yes, I do agree. Bitcoin is on sale. It really is. And many experts are saying they think that it needs to go to 20K. I'm going to wait and see. And if it does, I'm definitely going to accumulate more. Um, right. They don't teach this in school. They don't teach it for a reason. They don't teach it for a reason. But that doesn't mean we can't teach ourselves, right? That we shouldn't be teaching ourselves anyway. So I'm signing out, you all. That's the money lessons for today, pretty much. Again, Cardano, ADA, AGI will be big, big, big. Ethereum and Dogecoin merger, and Bitcoin, the most powerful crypto that there is. XRP, XLM will be the people's currency for central banks, commercial banks, and peer-to-peer global transactions. I'm signing out. Here's to your health and your wealth, your peace and your prosperity, your credit, your crypto, and your cash flow. Queen out. You all have a great